What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Double Dribble. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about one of the players in this year's upcoming NBA draft that I think, if you haven't heard of or you don't know too much about, I think it's about time you start, looking up him, learning more about him, and just following him more, because I think you're going to be seeing a lot more of his name as the summer continues and as the draft is coming up pretty soon here. Before we get into the video, I just want to quickly say, if you're a fan of basketball, whether it be high school, college, or the NBA, make sure to hit the subscribe button, join the conversation. We love interacting with you guys in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button on this video, and make sure you share with your friends, and let's get right into the video. So today we're going to be talking about EJ Onu. He is an NAIA player, just graduated senior. He comes from Shawnee State. They were the national champions for NAIA. In his senior year at Shawnee State, he averaged 16.9 points per game, 8.1 rebounds per game, shooting 40% from three, 57% from the field, and 75% from the free throw line. While doing that, he also had 150 blocks in his senior year. His junior year, he had 182 blocks in that season. So EJ Onu, coming out of Shawnee State, coming out of NAIA school, it hurts him in the fact a little bit that not many people know as much about him. He is a 6'11", 240-pound center. Along with that, he has a 7-foot 8-inch wingspan. He's extremely athletic in the fact that he's able to move at that height and that size. He can move really well. He's got good feet. He's got pretty good hands, and he's a player that actually I have personally played against in the NAIA national tournament. I played against him. I guarded him on a couple possessions. Just seen him in person a couple times. Just a player that I am familiar with, as where a lot of people aren't as familiar with him. So let's just get into some of the things that he's going to bring to the NBA. And one of the reasons why I think that any team should take a chance on him in the second round. If you're a team that is looking for an athletic big that can protect the rim while spacing the floor on the offensive side, this is a guy that I think any team should take a look at and take a chance on somewhere in the second round. So one of the main things that you're going to get from EJ to bring to the NBA is the rim protection. Obviously, talking about his blocks, in his college career with 529 career blocks. That's more than players like David Robinson had at Navy, Tim Duncan had at Wake Forest, Shaq had at LSU, and Alonzo Mourning had at Georgetown. He's an incredible, rim protector. Against us, he had 9 blocks. He had a triple-double in the NAIA tournament with blocks, points, and rebounds. He just has a knack for being able to time shots with his long arms. Seeing him in person and playing against him, his arms and the length is just unreal. He can reach shots and reach, floaters, layups, different shots around the rim that you don't think he can get to, but somehow he does. Part of that has to do with his, athletic ability. He's quick on his feet. He knows how to, when to time jumps. He lets you jump first, and while you're stuck in the air, then he jumps and, blocks off the backboard. He's just really good at just timing blocks, knowing when to come over and block shots. He's just going to bring that in the NBA, that rim protector, holding down the paint, making it difficult for guards or really anybody to come in the paint and finish shots. That's one of the big things you're going to get from him. Another big thing that is, key in the NBA is the fact that he, can space the floor. Talking about this kind of off topic, but, B-ball breakdown, another guy was talking about DeAndre Ayton, how he needs to start shooting threes. He talks about how the fact that if you can get a big that can even knock down 2 threes a game, they're going to have to respect you at the three-point line. And when that opposing center is guarding that center in ball screens, just guarding them out at the three-point line, it opens up the floor so much more. Allows other players to be able to drive and not have to worry about a big coming over and blocking their shot. That's something that EJ Onu can bring. I mean, he can shoot the ball. His form looks good. Like I said, he knocked it down at 40% his senior year while shooting, I think it was 3.5 threes per game. Somewhere around there, a little, I think it was over three-point attempts per game, and he knocked it down at 40%. So that's going to be huge for any NBA team. The opposing centers are going to have to guard him at the three-point line, whether he's setting a screen and popping, just being around the three-point line in transition, trailing the play. They're going to have to guard him out the three-point line and respect him, and that's going to open up the floor for all of his teammates and other people to get in the paint and be able to get easy finishes without having to worry about getting blocked. Another really underrated aspect of his game, or something that people don't understand, is how well he moves. I mean, in high school he was a very good track athlete. I can't remember exactly what event he ran, but I'm pretty sure it was sprints. I don't want to give it a guess because I don't know exactly what it is, but I know he was a very good track athlete. He moves up and down the floor really well. There was this article during the national tournament, maybe a little bit after, where some scout said that the only other player that is 6'11" and has the foot quickness and speed is EJ Onu, is Kevin Durant. I don't 100% agree with this because I think KD's he's a special person, but that just gives you a little bit of an example of how well he moves and how good a feet he has. And that's going to be huge in the NBA for him to be able to just get up and down the floor, run in transition. If he's trailing the play, he'll be able to come in and knock down threes, different things like that. Another thing is he has good hands. He can catch lobs. He's always going to have that threat going for him. He can catch dump off passes and in the dunker spot. He can do a lot of things on the offensive end. One thing I need to work on is just kind of his lower body strength, his overall strength, being able to post up a little bit more in the NBA. But I think EJ Onu is a really interesting prospect. He's one that I think should get drafted in the second round. I mean, there's no players like him coming in this draft. There's not many players like him in the NBA. Kind of reminds me a lot of a player like Nerlens Noel. Maybe even JaVale McGee for the rim protecting factor of that. I don't know. He's just a really special talent. He brings a lot of different things to the game that not many players can bring. And I think that any team should take a chance on him in the second round. Pick him up, get him in the summer league, see what he can do. And I think he's going to be able to impress a lot of people. I know he's already been impressing people. In this NBA G League Elite Camp that he just went to, there's some Twitter posts about him blocking shots, knocking down threes, different things like that. So if you don't know much about EJ Onu, make sure you go look him up, do some research on him, because I think you're going to be hearing a lot more about him. And I think he's just going to continue to impress more people and get more looks from NBA scouts and NBA teams. And I'm excited to see him get drafted when the draft comes up here this summer. Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.